Hello everybody and welcome back for another episode of the Shrek Through. We are here back in Majula after a very exciting and wonderful finale of fighting off that big nasty demon monster character. So you might notice we've got a whole bunch of souls left over from after that boss fight, and today we're going to spend those souls and we're going to embark on a new journey in a new direction that will also be useful in the end progression of the game. So let's also reinforce our Estus before I forget. I'm going to do that first, actually. We're going to burn our Sublime Bone Dust at the Bonfire in Majula. Yes, you can only do it at the one in Majula. It tells you that anyway. So, some force. The magical, majestic some force has strengthened the Estus Flask. And let's spend our souls, shall we?
Bearer of seek.
I actually did a little bit of research between last episode and this one to see if there was maybe a better sorcerer's staff that I could use, and so far it seems like there's not yet at this point in the game. Or if there is, I'm not aware of what it is, or didn't find it anyway. So let's level up. I did a little also some looking around to see what I should spend my points on. And there were a couple of choices. I'm going to probably just go with intelligence, though. I just want to put a ton of points into that. I could also put a ton of points into attunement. If I go up to 30, I get to the 6th slot. I mean, that sounds cool, but I think I'm good enough with 5. I just need better spells to put in those slots. And then, of course, the other one was adaptability. I could get a whole big bunch of bonuses to resistances as well as agility. This is apparently the one that lets me roll better and also gives me a poison bonus, or poison buns, as I like to call it. But yeah, we're just going to roll with getting up to 31 in intelligence. And actually, I am fairly close to another level, so I might as well just pop some soul items and do that. Bam! 42,000 souls gone. I think it's worth it. Somebody's got to do it. I mean, got to do it eventually, rather. I'd rather use it on something that's going to be directly relevant to my character. So what did I need still? Like another 1,000? I'm not sure which one this is. 800. I'm going to guess this is probably not quite there, but I'm going to talk to her anyway. This is the little dance that I get to do every single time I level up my character. It's like, okay, we'll see what we needed, and then I forget instantly how many the number said, and then it's always inevitably about 100 off. That's basically the same story every single time. I literally just did this on the last time I leveled up before we went and fought that boss on the last episode. So I am not just making that up, it just happened. So we'll pop the smallest one we've got. This worth 200. And again, I instantly forgot what I needed to get to, but I'm pretty sure that's the correct amount. And we'll just do a little dance back and forth while we try to select our character to talk to again. There we go. Wow, that's surprisingly close. We'll have 78 souls left over. Oh, I just put it in the wrong... Whatever. I put it in vitality. Whatever. Okay. So... what we want to do next... Oh, and the other thing I was thinking about spending some souls on is talking to Ladder Man. But I kind of blew that opportunity at this point. We'll come back. We'll have more souls. It's no big thing. But what I need to do is I need to use the branch that I found, the fragrant branch of Yor, which should be right here. Yeah, I've got one of those. So where do we use that? Well, we're actually going to go on a little trip up to the side and corner of Majula. There's actually another area over here that we haven't really spent any time in. I'm not sure if we've visited it at all. All of those words came out very quickly. My apologies. So we'll go up here by these roots, and we will see what's up. There's a dude with a very pretty sword here that I hear is not real. He thinks it's real anyway. I kind of want it. First thought when I saw it, guy, I was like, I gotta kill this guy and get it. But apparently there's a way you can get it without killing him. You'll see. Yeah, I think it looks like a freaking lightsaber, doesn't it? It's just like a fat old buster sword made out of neon. Alright, so there's a life gem, homeward bones. Nothing too crazy, and have you business with me? Yeah. It's all good, man. We'll cross paths about 100 times. Don't worry about it too much. So he tells us there's a lady in here that's turned into stone. And I would be inclined to believe that that is what's happened to her, but first... I'm going to go over here and fight some Lance Armstrongs who happen to be inside of this little door. Basically naked men, just hanging out in some little prisons. Yeah, they're not the fastest at this moment anyway. And is there anything in here? I felt like there was something in one of them. Maybe it's on the other side. Oh yeah, this guy's got a big nasty poison staff thing. Staff is maybe not there. It's like a poison club. You want to come out, buddy? I don't even know what that is. It's like the dudes had in Blighttown that were like basically they're carrying like the better part of someone's body along with them. They're gonna try and hit you with. Yep, sucks to be you, I guess. And yeah, what do you have? Lloyd's Talisman. That's the one that stops people from estusing, if that's a word. I think so. So we'll use our Fragrant Branch of Yore here, specifically because this is a very important spot to use one. There's a few places you can use them, but this is actually a huge progress gate, stopping us from moving forward into the next area. So this lady, not too happy about being turned into a big old rock, but she is pretty happy about getting her life back. So she's actually going to be our pyromancer lady, and she's going to give us the ability to upgrade our pyromancy stuff. If you didn't have the other character, meaning the spell guy that we found from Pirate Town. So the thing with her is, she gives you a prism stone too, which is fantastic. That's the thing you drop on the ground that doesn't actually do anything. She wants some clothes, which is all good. I'll give you whatever clothes. I don't need any of it. Do I have any clothing to spare? If I'll take anything, whatever you don't need. Anything at all will do. Put it on the ground. I'll change into it later. She says that, but what she means is actually go to give equipment, and then she'll put it on. Because if you put it on the ground, she's not gonna find it. I found out. So I guess we'll give her some hollow infantry armor, because that satisfies her need for clothing, which is a pretty reasonable need, don't get me wrong. And we'll give her some imported trousers, I guess. She could look kind of fancy in those. Plus I have 2 of them. And that's probably good enough. Once it's given, cannot be retrieved. Yeah, that's fine. I'm totally cool with that. So she has Flame Quartz Ring, increases fire defense, lightning, and dark defense. All 3 of those would be nice to have. Specifically, the fire one would have been great for the area I was just in. And she also sells fire seeds, which are great for upgrading your pyromancy stuff. As well as she's also got a nice suite of different pyromancy spells, none of which I'm concerned with at the very moment. I will probably come back and talk to her later. But we'll find her. She'll be up on the hill over by that monument. But for now, that's the end of our story with her for the moment. So we're going to open this door now that she is not occupying this lever. And what do you know? What are we going to find on the other side? Actually, a whole bunch of nasty junk. Oh, right, we don't even need to get to the other side first. We gotta deal with all these guys. Yeah, the door will open in a moment. Oh god, don't hit the freaking NPC we just saved the life of, please. This is a risky little bunch of things going on here. I don't know when I'm gonna have time to cast any spells. So I'll just keep swarming around. And now there's a basilisk in the mix. Let's go over here for a moment. I'd rather not get poisoned, and also I'd rather not die if at all possible. Yeah, I got an Estus in. That's good news for me. Not really that worried about the Basilisk, because their curse isn't the same kind of curse it used to be. You know, nothing's like it used to be. Even the curses don't do as much damage. Oh, and I ran out of stuff. Basically, all they do is they turn you from human to hollow, and also take a small chunk away from your health. Basically, what would have happened if you would have died. But it's not like it used to be in Dark Souls 1, where if you get cursed, you basically have half your health. It's sort of like the ultimate worst possible scenario that could happen if you were to be cursed and killed over and over and over again until you run out of ability to have health. Or rather, your health bar goes down as low as it can get. So there's a bonfire. This is one that I think many people pass up, but I know it's there, so I might as well use it. And we will not rest at it because it doesn't really matter. This is not a very difficult spot. And there's also a chest over here, and I don't remember what's in this chest, so let's open it up and see if it's something good. What do you got? What do you got? Estus, yeah, that's the thing I was after. Right. Alright, so we'll take that with us. I'll remember to use that hopefully on the next time I visit Majula, but I'm not going to go back at this very moment. Also, I have to check. Can I... Oh, I can open these doors, and there's actually dudes in them. Is there anything else in them, though? That's the question. Because I have not gone into these rooms, because I didn't realize I could actually make the jump over to there. So if they wanted to hide a secret, this is a fantastic spot for it, because I didn't even think I could get to this spot at all. Let's just take a quick glance through the doorways before I actually bother them. Okay, so it's just 2 on each side, it looks like. And I don't see anything from this distance, if there was some sort of glimmering thing. I should also smack the walls, just in case. This is... Oh, there's totally a guy in there. Is he... Yep, and he's got a soul item on him, too. So this is a good move. I should have gone in here before. Wow, this guy's pelting me with rocks, and it does not feel good. Smart of them to hide it off-center, too, so you don't notice that it's in here. Human effigy and soul of a proud knight. Alright, that's actually a pretty worthy find. I don't mind having that. I kind of want to go check out what's on the other side now that I've seen this. I guess let that be a warning. Oh, there's actually little pillars to make sure you don't even have to do the jump, it looks like. You can just kind of go around the edge, maybe, if you're lucky. Can I do that again? Nope. Fall another time. Maybe I will do the jump anyway, in fact. It's actually not that bad of a jump. So, anybody else in here we'll see. Alright, go for 3, why not? He just got stun locked, feels good. And nope, looks like an empty room. Oh, I forgot to hit the walls. Or, whoa, what's that? Just a weird spike sticking out of the wall? What's the deal there? Yeah, the new hitting the wall is actually walking up against everything and pressing A over and over again. Hitting the wall doesn't often do a thing. Sometimes it does do a thing, but it's kind of confusing to know when. This would be a great spot for an illusory wall, actually. Like a secret within a secret. And anyone in here? I feel like there should totally be another one. 2? Oh, just 2 on that. Alright, well I did an extra. Nope, totally empty. So I guess we just get the one little bonus there. The human effigy is a nice thing to find. Those are very useful and rather rare. Since I cleaned this out, I should probably go and click on all the walls just to have peace of mind. I know this is not the most exciting thing to be doing right now, but it needs to be done. Somebody's got to do it, right? This is one of the more meticulous moments, I suppose. I would be very excited if I found a secret in one of these rooms. I kind of don't expect to, though, but might as well check. And what about this one? This is where it would be if it was going to be anywhere. I'm not sure why I rolled. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. And what about the last corner? Anything over here? Nope. Alright, looks like we're cleared to move on then. I suppose I will rest at the bonfire now. Reset the enemies, because they're not going to be able to bother me too much, I don't believe. Just the basilisk there, and everybody else is going to be de-aggroed, I believe. Oh, all the doors are open. Oh, they're all going to come chasing me up this hill, so I guess we're going to book it. The next bonfire is not very far away, and I don't have too many tasks to need to get through to get to it. There's just a handful of same guys that we were just fighting in the other rooms. Some of them throw bricks at me, some of them don't. You know, it's a big mystery. They're not the toughest guys known to man. They're just kind of, they get to be a little bit of a problem when they come in chunks of multiple. Because it's a little difficult to kind of wrangle them all together and get them on the same side. Let's make sure we're not being chased. No, we're good. And we're going to make our way up this pathway. Eventually we're going to reach an area where there's like a central corridor. Like a little... what's the word for it? Pavilion, I guess, is kind of the right word. It doesn't feel quite perfect, but it's like a little archway that's got some stuff going on, and there's a bonfire in there. And then we get a branching path. Sort of acts a little bit like a hub. And I think it's actually coming up right on the around the turn there. Oh, are the dudes chasing me from downtown? Oh, where did that come from? He threw another rock at me. Whatever, I'll find him. Probably the dude I just killed. Alright, Pharaoh's Lockstone, that's a nice thing to find. Those are actually also really useful, and you don't find them all that often. And I think we just got... oh, maybe it was that guy? No, he didn't have aggro yet. Oh, did I just roll out of that spell cast? I'm not sure that's a thing I can do, but if I did, then neat. Oh, that only hit the one, huh? I was kind of hoping that would maybe grab both since they were standing right up against each other. Maybe I should just slash this guy for the final hit. There we go. Never do that. And one. And now I just got regulars. Yep, that blocked. Perfect. Well, not exactly perfect, because I still took a damage, but whatever. And now we just got to go up through this area, and then the bonfire's right around the corner. Easy peasy. That's all you've got? It actually is, for real. So now it's going to look like there's a bunch of different paths I can take. We've got one up to the left, one in the middle, and one on the right. This one in the middle doesn't go anywhere for now. One on the left kind of goes somewhere, but not anywhere that's that great. And the one on the right is actually progress. So I guess we will check the one on the left first, just because I don't remember what's down that path. And in case it's something useful. I'm pretty sure there's like some sort of a special enemy that I get to fight at the end. And there's also a couple of items too. Might as well get that out of the way, and then we'll go for progress after that. Sound good? Sounds good. So, let's just hope I don't get mobbed. That's the one thing I'm worried about. Start throwing projectiles, and they come in a big pile like this. It could be a bad scene for me. Alright, they also seem to take a while before they decide to actually get around to attacking, so I do appreciate that sentiment. Wish all the enemies had that going on. No, I know. Well, I thought I actually had time to roll there. It didn't quite happen. Also amazing how infrequently that the lock-on seems to be on the thing that I actually want to hit. It's like it's always on the thing that I don't want to hit for some reason. I can flick the stick around, but it never seems to land in the right spot. They always seem to change places and stuff. One more? Just give me an attack. There we go. Yeah, it's nice long combos. Perfect. You're so enraged you can't even tell that I'm nowhere near you at that point. That works for me. So anybody over here? Nope, no secrets. I don't really remember exactly where all the items are on this little path. I only think I walked here like 1 or 2 times, maybe 2 times. Because it's very rare in a game like Dark Souls that you ever go somewhere just once and then never go there again. Although there are a few places like that in this game. Pardon, my voice is cracking up now. Wow, good dodge. You sidestepped me like a boss and then poisoned me. My goodness. Alright, I guess you do know what you're doing, despite the usual appearance. And actually have to Estus twice on this guy. And he tired himself out. Alright, that's good. He's dead. So this will eat through the rest of the poison, and I can just go back here and grab whatever this item is. Ring of Life Protection. Oh, that's the thing that lets your souls persist through death. And we can get a bit of a good look around to see if there's anything cool going on in the larger scope of things. It's kind of bland and restrictive, unfortunately. The site is cool in the sense that you can see this sort of an aqueduct structure, whatever this is. It's a thing you could see from Majula, I believe. And we get to sort of walk underneath it. And I do like when they have those moments. But everything beyond that is just sort of like a weird blocky structure. And what's going on over here, too? There's like some kind of chunks. Like floating texture chunks or something off in the distance. I don't know what's going on over there. Just weird stick trees. Oh, I guess that's the forest we're going to end up in a few moments. Yeah, I just like to scope things out. Not always necessary, but take a moment, have a look around. Now, on the way down this path, I think we're almost through all the enemies. There might be another one set. Nope, okay, we don't even fight the next set. We fight kind of a special enemy that we've seen once before. Look, it's the Flexile guy, the Pirate Man. Only he's not exactly like I remember him. I think he didn't have as much going on. Did he look like that? I think he looked roughly like that, but he seems to have different armor, unless I'm just misremembering. It also doesn't strike me as particularly likely, though, considering they tend to reuse stuff a lot. Cool-looking enemy, though. And it's dead. Very rarely do you run into an enemy that just, like, is a one-off. Or maybe one-off's not even the right word, but, oh, hello. Didn't even notice you there. An enemy that sort of acts like a mini-boss that just seems to show up one time aside from something. We've got a Dragon Slayer's Crescent Axe and Golden Falcon Shield. Interesting. And then there's a glowy over there. But yeah, in Dark Souls 1, it seemed like there was a lot of situations where you would run into an enemy that was like a big scary thing that you only see in one place that's not a boss and not really an enemy either. It's sort of somewhere in between. This game just has very few of those, sadly. So this is the Shrine of Winter. It's kind of a cool-looking area. But unfortunately, there isn't a whole lot going on here. This is just like a straight-up progress gate. Like, literally, like a progress gate. This is the gate that stops your progress. And until I get enough Lord Souls or Boss Souls, whatever you want to call them, we cannot open it. So, unfortunately, we are stuck on the wrong side of this gate. Anyway, thought I would show you that it's there. It seems kind of sad that it actually shows you Shrine of Winter like it's going to be a whole area or something. It's really not at all. So we'll make our way back, and we'll be back to that central pavilion hub once more, and then from there we can branch out and go to the next world, or the next zone, or hub, or whatever you want to call it. In this case, it's not really a hub. Wow, this is strange looking off in the distance. This hill is like so lit up. Oh, it's that forest again, right? Oh, you can see it through here. It's so different looking from this side. And then you go over here and it's just like, not really foggy anymore. Well, I guess it is a little bit, but it's not quite as strong. This is strange level design at times. Makes me wonder. Like, you're designed to see things in certain ways at certain times, and other than that, no, you're kind of outside of the realm. Also, I kind of wish I could get up there. Is there any reason that I would be able to get up there? I kind of don't think so. Also, the fact that that texture is just sort of not there makes me think probably not as well. At the top there's just like a missing chunk. Yeah, it seems like a perfect spot to put a secret or something, but no, I don't think there is. So down we go. We'll just see if we can get to one more bonfire, and then we'll call it a day. We're gonna go through Foggy Forest Land, and the thing about Foggy Forest Land is it's actually an NPC, who's kind of important and kind of cool, actually, hidden somewhere in here. And the moment we walk into this forest is probably one of the coolest moments in the game, in my opinion. It feels almost like we're going into some kind of fever dream, like magical, like iridescent, crazy crystal forest for a moment. And this is the coolest part, like right here where it's got this little bit of a highlight on the edges of all the trees. It's because the shadow or the fog hasn't quite loaded in just yet. But for the moment, it looks freaking awesome. And then the fog just kind of takes over and everything gets blurred out, and then you just have like basically no vision. So the deal with this area is there's a whole bunch of dudes that are in here, like invisible ninja type characters, and they will come up and mess you up if you stand in one place for too long. So you want to make sure you keep on running if you can, and if you know where you're going, things get a lot easier. And thankfully I do roughly know where I'm going. I'm going to see if I got followed. You can kind of see a shimmer outline of where the enemies are when they're following you. And sometimes you can see them off in the distance because of like a shadowiness to them. It's almost sort of like this thing that the predator leaves behind when he walks around in the forest when he's cloaked. But anyway, this is the NPC that I was mentioning, who is very cool. There's actually only a head here. There's no man, just a head. And he'll actually talk to us, but he doesn't really seem too happy about it. That's Vengarl, and he'll actually show up in a couple of different ways later on. He also seems to want to give me stuff, and then also sells me stuff, so strangely enough, being a head does not preclude that you could still be a vendor. I would have thought that you could be one or the other, but no. So yeah, he wants me to learn a gesture. I got the decapitate gesture from him. And if I keep talking to him, he does another thing, doesn't he? Or is that it? I feel like he just handed me something somehow. No, okay. Oh, he just did, and I totally missed what it was. Butts. Well, whatever. So there's a claymore and a great sword. He sells a ring of soul protection, nullifies death and petrification, but breaks. There's no moment like with Seath the Scaleless where you like have to have one of those, so it's not quite as necessary. Destructive great arrows, lightning urn, gold pine resin, and a magic barrier miracle. So these are all, interesting things to know about, and it's nice to know that he's here. It's nice that we made contact with him as an NPC. And then we go off back adventuring into the woods again. Oh, yep, there's all kinds of little weird things that you can run into in this forest. And if you know where to look, there's a number of chests also, many of which contain rings, and I don't remember which rings they are, so I'm not sure how useful they're going to be. But I kind of want to just run straight through. You might also notice some of these trees have faces on them, which is kind of cool. This gives you a little bit of that, like, Mortal Kombat 2 Haunted Forest vibe. But if I make my way up this hill, I'm hoping I don't just fall off a ledge, and instead make my way up to the exit. Yes, alright, it's actually not super long, and I didn't even run into any of the enemies in there. There's quite a few of them, actually. I think I've run into about 5 or 6, maybe upwards of 10, possibly. But this is where we want to be. Up this hill will lead us to another bonfire. There it is. So this is actually a pretty scary place. This is filled with all kinds of basilisk-type monsters and things that curse, as well as urns. So curse is the primary motif here, and I'm going to do my best not to let it hit me too often. But, things may happen, things may not happen, I'm not sure. But anyway, we will find out on the next episode how that's going to go down. There's actually a number of cool things to find, though, in this zone, so I will do my best to find those as well. In fact, spoiler alert, if you just fall down there or jump down there and then turn around and go back behind us, there's a Black Knight's Halberd, which if I had the ability to wield that, could be a very cool item. Also, there's a whole bunch of these guys that are petrified, and if I had more of those branches, I might actually depetrify some of them. They actually want to fight you afterward, though, so you got to be careful about that. Anyway, that's it for another day. Thank you, everybody, for watching and your continued support on the Shrek through. If you're still enjoying it, please do leave a like or consider leaving a like anyway. And all comments and suggestions, criticisms are all considered, so feel free to speak your mind there as well. Just be nice if you don't mind. I do appreciate that very much. And I will see you on the next one. So have a lovely night, and thank you again for watching. Later.